It is an honor and a pleasure to introduce the Independent Green Party candidate for House of Delegates, Erica Lawler, 97th District. Erica Lawler is a working wife and a mother of 2 toddlers. Erica Lawler, Independent Green Party, works a full-time job as a research administrator. Erica Lawler is another of the prominent Independent Green Party millennial candidates. Please welcome the Independent Green Party, Erica Lawler.
Thank you for that introduction, Brooklyn. Something that you mentioned in your speech earlier for Arlington County School Board about your daughter looking up to you, that resonates with me as well. My daughter is 4, and I want her to see her parents engaging in the political process. When I found out that the House of Delegates race for my district, the 97th, would once again have a single candidate, the incumbent, I decided it was time to participate in the political process in a new way. It was time to do more than just vote. It was time to offer the 97th District a choice outside of the 2-party system that has led to deadlock, partisan bickering, and gerrymandered districts. We need independent candidates and independent redistricting. My work as a sponsored programs administrator at the College of William & Mary has made me an excellent negotiator and a collaborator, and I am willing to apply these skills in the General Assembly to come to solutions. I am honored to run as an independent Green Party candidate for the counties of Hanover, New Kent, and King William. In my position at William & Mary, I support the Center for Conservation Biology, a group working to tag and track migratory shorebirds moving along the Atlantic Flyway, which runs from Canada all the way down into South America, as well as birds of prey including bald eagles, peregrine falcons, and ospreys. They have taken me out on some field excursions, which are great breaks from all of the paperwork that I do at my desk, and I've gotten to see some of these species firsthand and how much they care for what goes on in our environment, and that has inspired me. Some of their work on apex avian predators took them to the Gulf of Mexico following the British petroleum oil spill. Virginia should take heed of the lessons learned from the Deepwater Horizon spill. Offshore drilling to meet our energy and transportation needs has devastating consequences for our natural environment and those whose livelihoods depend upon it. We should be looking for solar solutions for our energy sources. That's right. My district is a very rural district, and when Hurricane Isabel came through back in the early 2000s, my parents were without electricity for 2 weeks. If you are not on public water, you don't have public sewage, so your electricity flushes your toilets. And that means people in those districts can't have clean water or basic sanitation. All that it takes is a disruption to our electrical infrastructure to send a lot of rural Virginia into third world living conditions. That is why it is so important for us to look at alternative energy sources in rural areas. It is time, too, for more trains and less traffic in the 97th District. It takes an hour and 7 minutes to get from downtown Richmond to Richmond International Airport via public transportation. That same public transportation route drops passengers off 1 mile from the check-in desk. You can't haul that stuff across Route 60 if you want to check in safely. Richmond International Airport is already on a passenger rail line, but it doesn't stop. Just like in Isle of Wight County, for Colonel Burkhart, it goes right past. We need to put a station on this convenient connection for business travelers, employers, and vacationing families. This is a stretch of track that runs from Richmond all the way to Williamsburg, and it could service my district at Providence Forge in New Kent County to allow people working at the airport, which is a major regional employer, to do something other than sit on Interstate 64. Aside from these environmental and transportation concerns, I have a viable improvement to the Virginia Public Procurement Act. It was revised in 2014, but those revisions were not material. One of my responsibilities as a sponsored programs research administrator is oversight of expenditures on research grants, including purchases made from vendors. I sat on a procurement panel, and it took over 10 months for us to get through a single bidding and contracting period. We need to bring the Public Procurement Act into the 21st century with an electronic, statewide bidding and review portal. We already ask our vendors to submit invoices through one. Let's expand it for their bids and reviews too. This is a process that is fiscally responsible and will save Virginia's agencies money on the services and goods it cannot provide to itself. I thank you all for inviting me to the convention to speak, and I hope that in November you will vote for me for 97th District, Erica Lawler, Independent Green Party.